the greatest fights and fighters of the last 50 years. This is a dear project to my heart. This is my relationship with boxing. And how it intertwines with hip hop. I look at hip hop as a contact sport, just like I look at boxing. The difference between hip hop and boxing is the fact that, you can physically jab a guy in the face in the boxing ring. But in hip hop, you can jab him in the face with your bars. The energy is similar. The culture intertwines to the point where if you a hip hop fan, there's a really good chance you can love boxing, and vice versa. And this story that I'm telling of 50 years, the last 50 years, and I'm looking at 50 years from 1975 all the way up until 1925. This is a project that's going to be sprinkled with original music. And I'm also interested in finding other artists, mainly MCs, that can relate to the type of beats that I would make, and if the type of beats that I make can inspire them, which also will inspire their pen to do magnificent things. The greatest fights and fighters of the last 50 years, like these are my list. These are the fights that I'm looking at over the last 50 years that if I saw them live, and what I mean by live, I don't mean by being there in the building, which there may be some fights that I've seen live on the list. But, what they made me feel like. How did I feel when I saw the end of the 10th round of Castillo versus Corrales 1? Like, how did that make me feel? Remembering how that made me feel and being able to tell you that and relate that to you as, you can go back. And if it made me feel such and such a way, then you should go back and watch that fight and see how it made you feel from an emotional standpoint. You know what I'm saying? I'm just excited about it because, this is something that I feel like this is something that I feel like is not just a goal, but this is something that I have to complete before I leave off of this earth. This project here, the greatest fights and fighters of the last 50 years, this project will be when I'm gone, 50 years after I'm gone, they can go back and look at this period of time and this content that I've created. The audiobook, the book, which is going to end up being a autobiography of my life. Hopefully, God willing, the universe willing, whoever's willing, I can sit down and talk to some of these fights, some of these fighters who participated in these fights. I can sit down and talk to some of these fighters who participated in these fights, and some of these fighters in general, which made a great impact on this sport and has made it into what we see it today. I don't look at the whole thing with, Turkey Al-Sheikh and what Dana White doing, over at Zuffa. I think that's the name of it. Oh, I've been watching, nigga. Boxing's Best Judge has been gone for a while, but it ain't because I'm not watching. There's a lot that's going on in boxing. And just like it was going on back in the days where Larry Holmes was the heavyweight champion of the world. And you saw him in a Ford truck commercial with Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? You saw him in a Ford truck commercial with Sugar Ray Leonard. But he was a dominant heavyweight champion from 1978 to 1987. Somewhere around 87. In fact, it was this little girl I was messing with back then. And she bet me that if Larry Holmes won, she'd give me some. And Larry Holmes won. Anyway. But yeah, man, see, I can be a silly nut. And I'm just talking to my phone because I'm just excited. And I want people to take this journey with me. Mantranimous Beats. That's the place. That's the YouTube place. Mantranimous Beats is where, if you hear any music from me, that's where you're going to find it. Over the next year, I will do a Fever 3-pack of heat beats. Fever 3-pack of heat beats. That means hot. Fire. 3 packs. That means 3 songs. Pack of heat beats. That means it's going to be 3 beats and they're going to be hot. And I'm looking for MCs to get on my shit. And hopefully my thing is about art and creativity. And it would be an honor for me as a music producer for an MC to get on my shit and spit. So on Mantranimous Beats, you're gonna get some beats where I'll put them out. I'll probably even release them commercially. I'll put them on, you'll see them on Spotify. You'll see them on Apple Music. You'll see it here, available here. The whole song on YouTube Music. You'll see it in probably TikTok and things of that nature. But the music will be for the MCs and for everybody to enjoy. Hopefully, like I said, the music will be able to inspire your pen. And then the last thing, my own personal music, which not only will I be an author, well, I am an author already. There is a book, My Road to Damascus, a journey through spirituality and mental health that leads to personal development, or something to that effect. It's on Amazon. But yeah, I got all that coming down the pike. We're going to be more active here in these YouTube streets. And we're going to try to stay out of trouble, keep off the strikes, so I can keep giving you guys all this beautiful content that I'm going to have. So buckle up with me. I love y'all. Thank y'all. Boxing's Best Judge will be back in full effect. WetDirtTheeMC will be cooking in the studio. Mantranimous Beats will be producing it all. And it'll all go down in a short period of time where I will give you a lot of beautiful content. So when I'm gone 50 years from now, they'll be talking about this motherfucker. T. Jones, nigga.